What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. And man, it is a terrifying day to be a silver stacker. That's right. We got to talk about the quote-unquote crash, or the beginning of the quote-unquote crash that started yesterday, which ended up, well, now we're higher than we were 2 days ago. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for a bunch of videos. Subscribe to my second channel for bonus videos, and follow me on social media at Mykie DYDSS across all platforms. Instagram is where I post coin photography. Twitter is where I post all of my spur-of-the-moment ideas related to precious metals, stocks, business, entrepreneurship, AI, and also TikTok, where I post little video snippets. I'd appreciate it if you give me a follow. All right, so today, as I am recording this video, it is Wednesday, October 1st, 2025. Happy day one of Q4, everybody. As I'm recording the video, it is 11:02 a.m. Spot price of silver, $47.40 on the day. We're up 83 cents, or up 1.78%. That's right. A strong green day for the beautiful white metal. Spot price of gold, as I'm recording this video, same day, same time, $3,873.90. It is up $16.20 on the day, or up 0.42%. So, that being said, that's where we are at the moment, at the time I'm recording this video. 2 days ago, we hit $47 an ounce, which is where we are right now, a little bit higher. $47 an ounce, a 14-year high. Only $3 away from reaching a brand new all-time high. We're right there. That was 2 days ago. 1 day ago, all hell broke loose. It all fell apart. It all came crashing down. We went from $47 down to $46, down as far as low as I saw, $45.88. Ladies and gentlemen, sound the alarms. We're going to zero. But guess what? It immediately started creeping right back up. Now, if it stayed where it was, that massive crash that we saw from $47 to $45.88, that 72-hour low that we were experiencing yesterday, if we stayed there, I wouldn't have had an issue with that. It wouldn't be all that alarming. It wouldn't be all that concerning to see a little bit of a pullback, especially after the year that we just saw so far. The last 7, 8, 9 months, we've been on a crazy run. I mean, silver alone is up 60-something% year to date. Gold is up about somewhere between 45 and 50% year to date. A beautiful, magnificent year for the precious metals. So for it to be on this run that it's been on, and then see a little bit of a pullback, that's completely normal, completely healthy, and to be expected. So I didn't think anything of it. I was like, okay, no big deal. But guess what? It creeped right back up. Went back into the $46 an ounce range. I think it closed yesterday. It was 46 and change. I can't remember off the top of my head. But today, we are back up, not only at $47, but over $47. $47.40 as I am recording this video. Ladies and gentlemen, we may see $48 silver this week. It's only Wednesday. Who knows what tomorrow's going to bring us? Who knows what Friday's going to bring us? And if it doesn't hit 48 by the end of the week, guess what? Maybe we'll see it the following week. We are extremely close to reaching an all-new, all-time high. All it needs to do is surpass $50. Get somewhere between $50 and $51, and we make history. And we're right there. We don't have a tremendous amount of work to do. We are right there. We are so close. And it could happen this year. And every day that goes by, I'm starting to think more and more and more that it actually will happen this year. Now, if you asked me a couple months ago, I wouldn't have thought that. In fact, a couple of months ago, I made... It was more so supposed to be a joke prediction. I thought that the high that we were going to see was 45.47 for hopefully obvious reasons. I was like, that would be kind of like a symbolic number to hit for that to be the high. And keep in mind, this is when we were in like the 30s. So to get from where we were to the $45 an ounce range would require a huge boost. And guess what? We saw that huge boost and we surpassed that joke prediction number that I put out there. I was like, man, imagine the spot price goes all the way up to 45.47 and that's the peak that we see for a little while before we see the next big run. We surpassed that by just about $2 already. And it's only October. We still have the entire month of October, November, and December before the end of the year. We have 3 more months. We have 90 more days for silver and gold to perform and do their thing before we can sit back and look at the numbers and say the 2025 performance. Right now, we're only dealing with the year-to-date performance, January 1st to present day. Wait until the end of the year. Wait until we step into January and we look back and be like, this is what silver did in 2025 from start to finish. Here's the number. Here's the percentage. Here's the growth. Here's the boost. Here's what it did. We can't have that conversation just yet. We have to talk about year-to-date. But year-to-date, we are up over 60%. That's huge. For silver, that's enormous. Gold, 45, 50%, somewhere in that range. Massive. By the way, gold is reaching another new all-time high. Which every time I mention gold, I have to say this because gold keeps breaking new records. $3,873.90 at the time I'm recording this video. We're closer to $3,900 silver than we are to $3,800 flat. We're more than halfway there. We're 3/4 of the way there. Between 38 and 39. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not sleep on gold. Let's not forget about gold. Let's not neglect talking about gold. We're so focused on silver. We're so tunnel vision on silver. Oh my God, it's so close to $50. Completely forgetting that gold is so close to $4,000. I don't know which one I'm more excited about. I don't know which one has me more hyped up right now. Maybe it's 50-50. Which is why I'm bouncing off the walls the way that I've been. Both precious metals are going crazy this year. And after the 72-hour low that we saw yesterday, after the big crash, we're right back up. Higher than we were before the little teeny tiny pullback that we saw. We're now higher. Making our way, trucking our way toward $48 an ounce silver. We may see this number by the end of the week. And I can't even tell you how excited I am about that. Coming from the perspective of someone that started stacking silver, day one for me, spot price was $17 and change. And this was pre-COVID. Which means premiums hardly existed back then. $1, $1.25, $1.50 over spot for pretty much whatever you wanted. Generic rounds, eagles, maples, whatever. $1 to $1.50 over spot per troy ounce. So you know me, I was getting a bunch of generic secondary market silver rounds with toning, discoloration, which made them even cheaper. So for the spot price to be about $17, I was getting every ounce of silver for $18. That was my out the door price. $18, $18.25, $18.50. That was the price I was paying and walked out the door. That's premiums factored in. And my entire first year of stacking, this was the end of 2017, stepping into 2018, that entire year of 2018 that went by, silver was on a steady decline for the first half of the year, going all the way down to $14. And then it pretty much moved sideways for most of the second half of the year. Premiums still low. So the out the door price we were paying per troy ounce at $14 and change, $15 and change, maybe $16 total at most. So coming from the perspective of someone that started stacking then and got the overwhelming majority of silver that I own that year, fast forwarding to where we are today, right around the corner from $48, not that far away from $49, not that far away from $50 and beyond, and seeing a new all-time high. I'm excited. Silver is making history right now. We're already at a 14-year high. Not even $3 away from an all-time high. The doubters, the naysayers, haven't made a peep in at least a year. And this year so far, year to date, again, we have 3 months, we have 90 days for things to change. We might be having a whole different conversation 3 months from now, but as it stands, silver and gold are the top two performers of the year. Precious metals are doing better this year than the stock market is, and the stock market's doing fantastic. The S&P 500 is up somewhere between 12 and 13% right now. The precious metals are doing better than the cryptos. Bitcoin's up somewhere between 17 and 20%. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's within that range. Silver's up over 60%. Gold is up over 45%. This year, 2025, is the year of the metals. So far, again, plenty of time for a pullback. On the other foot, plenty of time for continued growth. Only time will tell. But year to date, January 1st to October 1st, so far, silver and gold have been superior this year. And I can't even tell you how happy I am that I started stacking, not only when I started stacking, but that I started stacking at all. Yeah, I could sit here and tell the story over and over and over about how I started at $17 my first year, went down to $14. That's when I got a bulk of my stack. My average cost per troy ounce is under $20 because, yeah, I bought on the way up at far less than I was buying at $14. I could tell that story over and over and over again. But guess what? There are people that got started stacking this year. There are people that got started stacking 3-4 months ago, and they're up tremendously as well. If you want to look at it from a currency angle, and that they quote-unquote made profit, or should I say unrealized gains, assuming that they're still holding on, as they most likely should be, you didn't have to get started stacking in 2017, 2018 like I did. Because guess what? In 2017, 2018, was the spot price gorgeously appetizing at those prices compared to where it is today? Yeah, absolutely. But you want to know what I was thinking at that time? Man, I wish I started sooner. Yeah, $14 an ounce is fantastic, but man, imagine I started when the spot price was like $8. Imagine I started stacking when it was $10, $12. Now I'm picking up for $14, $15, $16, $17. There are going to be people years in the future that are going to be kicking themselves saying, man, I wish so badly that I bought silver before it hit 50. Before it hit 45. Before it hit 40. There are going to be people that say to themselves, man, I wish I got in earlier than 2025, 2026. There will be people who pick up their very first ounce of silver ever next year. There are people alive today who will not get started stacking silver for another 6 months, another 12 months, another 3 years, another 5 years. There is so much time. People have no idea. Which is why I'm happy I got in when I did, especially, but even more so that I got in at all. It's been a nice little sprinkle on top, a sprinkle of wealth preservation on top of wealth creation. Wealth is created through business, stocks, and real estate. Wealth can be preserved also through real estate, but precious metals. Usually gold. Silver's the underdog metal between the two. Gold is the powerhouse metal, the more stable metal. The favored in the boxing match. Which is why some of the richest people on the planet, during times of economic uncertainty or financial hardships, you'll notice that they liquidate a portion of their holdings, or they will sell off, or that they'll take some of their cash reserves and put it into gold. Sometimes physical gold, sometimes paper gold, but gold. For the sake of stability. For the sake of having that safety net. See, people don't worry too much about gold when times are good. And right now it's weird, because times are good. But even though times are good, silver and gold are still flying high right now. That's what I find interesting. It's almost like the precious metals are making up for lost time. See, the precious metals, both silver and gold, were slept on for years and years and years and years. And in the realm of finance, precious metals are typically last on the list, because typically, the last couple of years we can look at, the precious metals have underperformed dang near everything. Silver and gold in recent years have been beaten by Pokemon cards, let alone the S&P 500, let alone the digital currencies, let alone business ownership and real estate involvement. Silver and gold have been put to shame. But this year, they're making up for lost time. It's almost like the precious metals wanted the weak hands out. All the people that jumped in during 2020 thinking that it was going to be a rocket ship to the moon and they were going to cash out for, $1 billion, a couple weeks, a couple months in. All of those people that jumped in for the wrong reason, I'm pretty sure are no longer here. I'm pretty sure they decided, oh, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. Screw this, I'm out. I'm pretty sure the weak hands have been scared away already, and it's almost like precious metals were waiting for that to happen so that they could reward the real, true, honest believers in real, true, honest money. Silver and gold. Real money. Original money. Internationally recognizes money. Constitutionally recognizes money. Most importantly, biblically recognizes money. Silver and gold have been money for thousands and thousands of years. Long before the dollar bill was invented, man-made creation, glorified IOU debt note dollar bill. Just something to think about, just something to talk about. As always, I want you guys to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to both of my YouTube channels, and make sure to follow me on social media at Mykie DYDSS across all platforms. Join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club. It's like a digital lounge for stackers. You get early access to every single one of my videos. You get commercial-free access to all of my videos because it's off of YouTube. And from time to time, you'll get some bonus exclusive VIP Club content. That will be linked in the description. If you need any stacking or prepping supplies, I'll leave some Amazon affiliate links in the description as well. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. What are your thoughts on the spot price of silver? What are your thoughts on the big recovery that we just saw after yesterday's big crash? What are your thoughts on everything going on in the precious metal world right now? Head on down to the comments and let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.